Hi, John Dwyer here, and another blog, or should I say video blog, or I think they call it these days vlog. Okay, what I want to talk about on this particular blog or vlog is price discounting and why you should not price discount very often. I'm not saying never do it, but it should be your last resort. And I want to give you an example of, a business that I'm very familiar with that decided to go down the drastic price discounting path, and it's come back to bite them in the you-know-where. Okay, now this particular business is on the Gold Coast in Australia. It happens to be a cafe restaurant, and they were struggling to, relatively new by the way, it's probably only been open, 18 months, 2 years, and they decided that they would go down the path of price discounting. And they decided that breakfast, they'd have a special available for $5. We're talking bacon and eggs and toast and a coffee or tea for $5. Now, you know, and I know, by the time you pay the wages of the kitchen staff and the waitresses and waiters, there isn't going to be much left out of that $5. But they thought, well, look, we'll attract all the crowd with the $5, and then we might be able to inch the prices up from there later on. Now, you might think to yourself, well, doesn't that sound, logical or sensible? No. Once you start going down the price discounting path, you will find it very difficult to ever put your prices back up again. Why? It's because price discounts attract a particular sort of consumer. They attract a consumer who chase price, and so therefore they're not going to be very happy when you inch the price up. And when they're not very happy, guess what they do? They go somewhere else that might be offering a $5 breakfast, for example. Now, this particular restaurant is called Tartare, okay, which is a seafoody sort of name because at night time they do seafood, but for daytime they're a traditional cafe. Now, when they brought out the $5 breakfast and they had the sandwich boards outside the cafe telling everybody that, they were jammed. And I remember my wife and myself going to this particular shopping centre. It's part of a third sort of market shopping centre called Harbourside Markets. Harbourside Markets. We didn't particularly, like the coffee in that shop, and I'm a bit of a coffee snob, so I would go to another cafe in that particular shopping mall. But I was interested to, when I looked, across at the cafe as I was walking past, to see it jammed, absolutely jammed, of a Saturday and Sunday morning, particularly on the weekends, with these $5 breakfasts. But guess what it was jammed with? It was jammed with discount chasers, probably the people that use Groupons and Qdo, okay, and they're not very loyal customers, and they're not loyal because when someone else comes out with a good coupon offer, they will just go there, okay. That's why I often jokingly have a bit of a shot at Gen Ys, because my daughter's one, she's 24 years of age, and she goes to get her hair done by about 20 different hairdressers throughout the year, because whoever's got the latest Groupon offer or Qdo offer, she'll just go there and get her hair done. And Gen Ys are not really well known for their loyalty. They tend to do that. So guess what? I was in that particular shopping centre just in the last few days, and the owner of the shopping centre, who knows what I do for a living and often just asks what I think about things, he came up to me and he went, JD, I hate to say this, but you are right. And I said, what? He said, have a look across at my cafe. And the reason he said have a look across is because we were sitting in the other coffee shop. And I said, yeah, it's empty. And it was absolutely, as you can see, I took some photos on the spot just to show you in this vlog. And you'll see it's empty. Okay, there's one or two tables with a couple of people on them, but literally it's empty. Why? Because he decided to put his $5 breakfasts up to $7.90. Now, for most of us who are earning a reasonable dollar, $7.90 is a pretty good price for bacon and egg breakfast with a cup of coffee anyway. But guess what? To the price discount chaser, that's more than a 50% increase. Okay, so guess what they did? They just picked up their bags and went elsewhere. They were not going to put up with that massive 50% increase on $5. And that's why you don't want to price discount very often, okay? Now, look, David Jones and Myer here in Australia, who are, they're two big department stores, and in America you'd probably say Sears or, Bloomingdale's or one of those, Nordstroms, they will have a price discount sale maybe twice a year, okay? It's normally mid-year sale and then Boxing Day sale. That's fine. They get rid of a lot of excess stock, and people are used to going in on those two occasions per year. But they don't destroy their brand, and they certainly don't create a wrong persona by having discount after discount every second week. And the reason you don't want to price discount regularly is because it's just not sustainable. Now, this particular cafe, it wasn't sustainable. The owner said to me, he said, look, we thought that we'd try. By the way, this was in direct opposition, okay, to what I had said to him some time ago, because I got to know him quite quickly. We used to have coffee at the other coffee shop quite often, and he asked me for my advice about price discounting. I said, don't do it. And anyway, he went ahead and did it, and it was interesting because he had his tail between his legs when he was talking to me in the last couple of days. He is now going to market his cafe quite differently. He's looking for an audience which will be more upmarket, and they'll be more loyal, and he'll be charging a fair price for his breakfasts, okay? So look, I just wanted to give you that example, because what I don't want you to do is ever go down the path of thinking that price discounting is the first port of call when it comes to marketing your business. Think about value adding, not price discounting, okay? So in this instance, whenever you're thinking about marketing plans for your business, try and make sure you think of value add, not price discount.